So June is here. We're finally about to get to see some international rugby. The first game, kind of a week before everybody else, is South Africa taking on Wales over in the United States. It's an interesting one because despite words to the otherwise, it's pretty much a battle of the B teams. A lot of the big guns are absent from both of these teams, both due to injuries, players being unavailable, players being rested, a variety of reasons. But if nothing else, we're going to see a chance for some younger guys and some more inexperienced guys to get a run. For South Africa, a lot of this is about getting ready for England in the coming weeks, and obviously Wales have got Argentina coming up as well. For the Boks, you look at their squad, there's a lot of debutants here. I mean, their back three of Bosch, Ishmael and Mapimpi, there's one international cap between those three guys. I mean, they're talented guys, but there's only one cap. Yancey's playing at 10 likely means that Pollard is going to get the start against the English. He does seem to be the second choice guy at the minute, with Rob Dupree also kind of hot on his heels. For the scrum halves, neither of them has an international cap, so that will be interesting to see how they kind of cope with the pressure. 3 out of their 6 front rowers are uncapped, so you get what I mean. Like this squad, for Northern Hemisphere guys who don't watch a whole lot of Super Rugby, there's going to be a fair few names that you've never seen before. For those of us who watch Super Rugby, these are all pretty talented young guys, but obviously untested at international level. So there's always a jump between whatever local competition they play, whether it's Pro 14, Super Rugby, Premiership, whatever they're playing. There's a jump between that level and test level. So some of these guys may only be kind of 1 cap, 2 cap wonders, but hopefully some of them will be able to step up and really put their hand up for World Cup 2019. For the Welsh, I mean, as a Southern Hemisphere guy, I don't obviously watch as much Northern Hemisphere rugby as I'd like. But I mean, when you think Wales, you're thinking guys like Alan Wynne-Jones, you're thinking Sam Warburton, Halfpenny, Faletau, all these kind of guys. And none of these guys are even on the tour. They're all being rested, which is fair enough. You rest your big guns. They've had a long season. It's time to give them a break, give some of the other guys a chance. And some of the guys haven't been released from their English teams due to this first test being outside the test window. And Warren Gatland's decided not to call them in for the second and third games of the Welsh kind of June series. So he's called in a couple of other guys, like Charteris has not been released, Thomas France has not been released, guys like that. So, I mean, there's a few interesting things in this Welsh squad. George North's at 13, which is a positional shift for him. Big guy, so we'll see how he's able to cope with that. Anscombe's at 10, so former Blues fans and stuff will be able to get another look at him if they're watching this game. I think we've been following his career in the North, since he left, with a bit of interest. Also, Thomas Williams gets his debut at 9, so there's far more experience in this Welsh team than the South African one, but there's still a few guys to make debuts. I think some guys off the bench as well. So yeah, overall for South Africa, it's a lot of inexperience, but you get what the coach is doing. He's building for 2019. He's just laying foundations. He's a new coach. Despite him not calling this a B team, it's his B team. His A team's going to face England. It's an exhibition match, really, given that it's in the States. So there's less pressure to get a win in this one. Same with the Welsh. You look at the Six Nations team that played, and a lot of these guys were not there. And there's a reason for that. But again, building depth, building experience. The only thing you'll say is kind of, as the match itself, does it lose a bit of interest because a lot of the big guns are not playing? I suppose, but if you're an American rugby fan and you want to see some top teams go at it, you probably don't care that the fact that Handré Pollard's not there, or that Lee Halfpenny's not playing. Obviously, it'd be nice to see them, but when English Premier League teams do their summer tours, they around the world, they don't take their top teams, so it kind of makes a bit of sense for rugby to be doing the same thing. These guys do need a rest at some point. Wales have won the last 2 matches between these teams. Alistair Coetzee, former Springbok coach, had a bit of trouble with Wales, so it'll be interesting to see how Rassie Erasmus goes. Obviously, vast gap in experience in terms of the international coaching. Warren's been in charge of Wales for a long time. Rassie is just starting the job. But of the last 5, it's been fairly even with 3-2 in favour of Wales. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting one to see. The bookies have got the Springboks by 7, which is kind of a bold statement. They're obviously assuming that these young guys will step up, so I guess we will see. What do you guys think is going to happen? I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments, and yeah, I'll look forward to this one for Saturday, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.